Camera's a little high. That's it. Still a little high. Okay. My monitor set up. Oh, it's thrown on YouTube. Why am I offline? That doesn't work. Boo. Okay. Let's see. YouTube, what you doing to me here? No connection. No way. How do we iPad? Let's see here. Wi-Fi. Okay, come on now. What you doing here? Why won't you connect? Oh, well, I'll have to deal with that later. Good evening, everybody. Get this camera kind of set here where it looks a little bit better. A little bit late tonight. Had to have a meeting with the wife for a moment. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Sound off. Who we got in the chat this evening? We're gonna hang out. We're gonna look at some little custom work I did over this past week. We'll check out last couple guys in this pack. Maybe we'll crack open one of these guys. See how that works out. Maybe we'll open one of these little mystery pouches here. So just give everyone a minute to jump in, see who we have this evening. All right. So we got a couple new folks in here. Welcome to our Monday night live stream. How's everybody doing this evening? Everyone doing okay? Pardon me if I'm looking over here. I'm trying to always have an iPad over here so I can see the chats a little better sometimes because they get to going too fast on here. So, but my monitor iPad is not wanting to work. It's saying I'm not connected to the internet for some reason, and I'm definitely connected to the internet because I'm connected to you guys. So, what's my most expensive one, Eridanus? My most expensive one that I like the most that I paid, or that that's worth the most? Because that could be two different questions there. So if we want to go with my most expensive one, that's probably got the most value. I would say, let's see, probably, let's see, probably what would cost the most, I would say, would either be HasLab, Victory Saber, maybe Japan release Animated Optimus. So he's kind of come down a little bit, and I won't get the rest of them out here, but see, probably something like this, or let's see. I think this guy kind of goes for quite a bit nowadays. aside from all like the regular Titans. So, I mean, Diatlas here, the big powered pack, Japanese exclusive. This is usually knocking on the door of 3 to 4-ish. This animated Prime, his value might have come down some, but he's just kind of like my favorite one. But I mean, he was, you know, to be this size, this guy was like 150 to 200 when I was getting him. So for what you got and like the size, that was kind of pricey, I feel. Then HasLab Victory Saber. I mean, he's, you know, he's around in the 5-ish range. And I pulled old Shatterglass Jetfire down here because I'm not sure what he is, but I think he's gone up in value a little bit just because like all those Shatterglass guys kind of went up. I know this mold's been released again, but the Shatterglass version of them I think is still it's a little bit more. Which one is my oldest as far as, oh, what's up? Is that you, Lucas? Man, YouTube has changed everyone's names. That's why I'm not recognizing anyone's name, because at DGLR 2069, that's you, Lucas. Everyone's name has changed here. So if people want to comment like their name, because I can't really tell what your avatars are. And if you've been on here before, I might not realize who I'm talking to. So as far as which one's my oldest one, that's going to be, let's see here. Let's see if I got it down in here. I've got a few that would probably count as my oldest, because I've got some back from when I was a kid. But Monster Bot here, this guy who's 100% GPS, which he was fine until I let my 6-year-old play with him, and now he's cracked. Amazing, he held up that long. So he's probably one of my oldest, or aside from any of my other G1 guys that I had from when I was a kid, Squawk Talk and Beastbox here. Some of the lesser known of Soundwaves cassettes. These guys actually combine. If you've never, let me move these guys out of the way. I'm kind of like crowding myself in here. But if you're not familiar with Squawk Talk and Beastbox, these guys, so Squawk Talk here, you fold his legs down, pop those guys up, and then Beastbox here, you just flip around here, flip his arms down, and boom, you get Squawk Box. So these were little tape combiners that came out late Gen 1. I also have the Autobot version, which was Rain Dance and or was it Rain? Crap. Anyhow, it was a Tank and a Jet. Actually, it's where we get this guy from with their cassettes as well. So I have them. So, and yeah, so Santiago, let me know what your name previously was on here, because YouTube has changed all the namings on here. So I see Aaron in there. He's got the same name as he had previously. So Santiago, let me know who you are previously when we were chatting, because I don't know who people are right now. So, yeah. And so, yeah, those are some of my oldest, I guess I would say. So anything that I have from when I was a kid, you know, I have a few other over there. I have like Center Twin, I have Ripper Snapper, I have Sea-Wing, I have my G1 pullback, a Gold Bug, few little like mini bots, or not mini bots, but like little Micromaster guys that came with some play sets that I had when I was a kid. So all those kind of came from around the same generation, you know, all old G1 stuff. So, you know, good stuff, good times. I mean, I also have a Overkill here that I acquired from a friend when I got a little bit older. I mean, I was still a kid, but it wasn't like, I mean, it's original 80s, but I didn't have it when I was in the 80s. So I'm actually wanting to do a custom with this guy. I'm trying to locate materials to do it with, because I've kind of gotten interested in doing some custom stuff here lately. So that's something I wanted to start doing and putting up on the Patreon as like tier rewards or that kind of stuff. Not that I'm like the best customizer or anything like that, because I've never customized anything until this past week, but it's fun. I enjoy it, and some people might like it. So maybe we'll take a look at that. Let me put these up and we'll take a look at something I worked on this week. Till then, how's everyone doing? Is everybody excited for the Black Friday sales coming up? Should be some good stuff that pops up out there. Oh man, yeah, I love these guys. Autobot Commanders. So you go from this guy and then this guy. So he's Autobot Commander. Actually, I guess it would go, let's see. Technically, it would go something like this. We would go Optimus, and then we would go Rodimus, and then we would go Jinrai, and then we would go Victory Saber, and then we would go Diatlas, and then we go Star Convoy. So that's kind of like the progression of the primes being the leaders of the Autobots. They're because everyone's like getting something, like he gets rebuilt into him. Man, that might be spoiling things. He's into him, and then he gets, and then it's a whole thing. Go watch the shows, read the mangas. I don't like to spoil something more than I have, maybe for other folks here. So get him back up there. Man, I really like that Diatlas. I forget how much I like him until I get him down and I just like mess with him for a second. He's pretty cool. And this is like one of the few masterpieces I have. It's okay. I just wish it was a little better. Like, I don't like all this business on here for a masterpiece. You know, his legs are weird, but that's how the legs were. So just a second, I'll come catch up on those comments. Let me get things kind of put back here where they're not all scattered around everywhere. There's an Optimus. There's a Magnus. Okay. Now I'm back. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. All right. Got Rise of the Beast Blokies. Did you get the $5 Walmart Primal I was showing last week? I finally found these at my Walmart that's closer to my house the other day, and I was going to do a couple more. I was like, oh, there's a whole wall of them. And then I went there today, and they had replaced that whole wall with turkey roasting stuff, and then I couldn't find where these went. So I'm sure they'll show back up, because I had a whole bunch of them, and I know someone didn't come buy all these out, because I want to get the Mirage for my son. I want to get another one of these, because this is the one that I was working on customizing. I'll let you guys see here in a minute. Let's see. Yeah, well, hopefully we all find some good Black Friday deals, Lucas. And Ardanis, you said you're going to get a remote control transformer. What kind is that? Are you talking about like the that Optimus Prime that they had a while back? He's like pretty big. Which that was a neat little thing. I never got that. I saw him on sale a couple times. I considered getting him, but I never did. Let's see. So for Black Friday, who's available? Is that what you're talking about there, Lucas? And let's see. Really cool Optimus Prime statue. Which Optimus Prime statue you're getting there? Oh, so you got the Optimus. You got the like the movie one Optimus. I consider getting that too. Even the Megatron, because my youngest, he kind of liked that Megatron. So Lucas, who's in the Black Friday 2-packs, man, that's a loaded question, because there's a lot of guys in it. So there's going to be one that's like a Bumblebee 2-pack. It has the Reactivate Bumblebee, and then I think the Origins Bumblebee. Then there's going to be another 2-pack with Bumblebee that has the Studio Series Bumblebee and someone else. There's going to be a G2 Breakdown and someone else in a pack. I think there's actually going to be the Elita and what's the freaking Tarantulas pack again. There's going to be a Solus Prime and I think Slingshot pack. God, there's actually quite a few. It kind of bothers me, like, because like everything in there, I was like, oh man, it would have been great to get those, but I already like have all of them. I'm like, that's why you got to wait for sales, you know. So let's see. And so you say a silver statue? So a silver Optimus Prime statue. It'd be interesting trying to see what that is. I'm not sure which one you're referring to. There's a lot of statues though. I haven't gotten into the statue game myself, mainly because I like to mess with my stuff. They're fidget toys for me, kind of like a Rubik's Cube. I've said on here several times, like when I get a new figure, I don't look at the instructions. I just get it out and start doing stuff and just see what can happen with it. And even the same way with like the Blokies. And the Blokies are pretty easy to deal with. But even when I get these guys, I just take them out and start putting them together. So, and we'll start with there. So I said when I picked this guy up last week and I saw that he was like, it's like $5. I'll risk it for $5 price. I can swing that if things don't turn out well. So went to the hobby stores around here, got some paint, probably not the best paint. Something I want to explore more. I still got to seal coat this guy. So I picked up the Primal, and I wanted to make decided to make a Nemesis Primal. So I don't know if y'all remember, but about 4 years ago, Target had their first like 4-pack, and Nemesis Primal was one of them in there. So it was Nemesis Primal. It was Toy Art, Black Arachnia. It was Fangery, and then it was the Cliff Jumper mold, but as a Bumblebee. So more like the Porsche style mold as Bumblebee. And I think they actually called it Bumblebee. Came with the green bazooka. So I decided to this was kind of an inspiration. I was like, what, we'll do a Nemesis Primal. So I started taking some, color cues from him. And so this is kind of what I came out with. I'm not completely happy with him. So I guess it would have been nice to have like the actual thing before and after, but like the original one here, there's no silver on him or whatever. So like all the silver, let me get something to point with here. Like all the silver I put on this guy, there we go. All this was added in. All this on the shoulder pads here, on the gauntlets here, the fists, everything there. There we go. To focus in any of those that red there. Come on, I'm just focusing on me. The red, the silver, then the teal down here, and then I actually put the teal on the crotch there as well, because it's not on this one, but that's Nemesis figures, Nemesis Primes. They always have like a bunch of teal kind of on the crotch area and stuff here. And then I tried to emulate the red chest windows that we have. I put a little red in here, and he's got some red accents down inside of here as well. Currently, I'm trying to decide how I want to do his fists. So I've got just a purple and black fist here. Then I've got a teal and purple fist here. And then I've actually done just a little silver on top with purple and leaving some of the black. And then I did a full silver with purple as well. Trying to figure out which one I like the best. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe the purple with the silver on the back of the gauntlet, just to see if that works out. Because the purple wasn't quite doing it for me. Also put an extra little hit of paint on his eyebrows here, made it look better, and some in the crest. So yeah, it's been kind of fun. I just sat down, and this like works for my ADD a lot. I sat down here and just painted for like an hour and a half one night after my wife went to bed, and then realized how long I'd been here. I was like, oh man, I should have gone to bed. So, and then the weapons, I've got one that I'm trying to do like red and purple in between, see how that would look. But I want to get that red more vibrant, but I'm base coating them like just purple. So then I can come back over with the red on top of it. I think that might look kind of cool. So, have you guys ever done any model kitting, any customization type stuff? This is the first thing I'm doing. There's two other things I actually have on the docket that I really want to do. I really want to work on. I just haven't gotten to that yet. Because this is my low-cost test subject here. It turned out okay, so I'm going to try it on some actual transforming figures. I know there's a lot more involved in that. Sanding of joints, because you transform it all. But that's something I'm about to try out. I've got a couple ideas that I want to work on, and maybe I'll keep them for my collection, or like I said, maybe I'll throw them up in the, maybe it'll be like a special giveaway for the Patreon or something, which we have a Patreon now. Some folks in the past had said something about wanting to donate. So I'm not there on the YouTube yet, so I had to make the Patreon. So it's the patreon.com/the weekly transformer. If y'all want to do anything, check it out. There's a $1, $3, $5, and the $10 tier. Each of them's got some different things. With the higher tiers being like some giveaway stuff. So something we're working on. So let's catch up on some chats here. We've got here. Let's see. So am I going to pronounce this right? Airdanis. What's the most dangerous one? That's the most stabby. That would be the guy that I call, and then my son calls Pokey Megatron. So that would be APC Toys Dark Master, aka Transformers Prime, Megatron. These things are real pokey. And actually, I think they may have kind of gotten not as pokey as they used to be, but he's a pokey guy. He's pretty pokey. So that's what I would say is the most dangerous one I have, because he's pokey. He's the Pokey Megatron. So I guess that's what I would say is the most dangerous one that I have. As far as like physical dangerous to us humans. Now, if you only go fictional dangerous, that's a different conversation to have. Let's see here. So Aaron, you said it would have been cool if we got flashbacks to the 13 primes and TF prime. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that the Covenant of Primus was out around that time, wasn't it? Or was that after? Because it alluded to some, if I'm not mistaken. Because TF Prime alludes to, you know, the Predacons being on Cybertron and all, and but you know, yeah, I wish we would get more of the 13 Prime lore. We just need some good new fiction. I know there's the whole Robert Kirkman thing coming as a new series since the comic's been doing good. Anxious to see that because it's going to be this. I think it's going to be the same people who make the Invincible show. Which, if you haven't watched the Invincible show, it is freaking fantastic. You know, I started working my way through the Invincible comics. There's just so many of them. Yeah, I'm excited about that. But it's going to start with like the basis, but it would be cool to get more into the 13 Prime. So, all right, let's see what else we got on here. All right, we're still there. But yeah, so that's what that is one of the things I've gotten this past week that I've been working on. So I really want to make the chest red too. So the only problem with that is he glows if you hit him, and it's not going to show because I have too many lights on here. He'll this is the series of Lokis that actually glow. But to get him to paint that red, I'm afraid that I'm going to have to coat it really, really heavily because you can't mix anything with green to make red. So, but I want him to have like red eyes and a red chest. I think that would really pull the whole illusion together better. Other than that, did get some new Blokies in over this past week. Actually, I got it in the day after our stream. Only opened a couple of them in this series here. So the Defender 5 series here. And if you can see it here, so the specials on this one are, so you get regular Jetfire, second chase is Shattered Glass Jetfire, and then the Mega Chase is the kind of the War for Cybertron Jetfire with the missiles and the sword, and I pulled the Shattered Glass Jetfire. It was a super fun little figure, and I gave him a little paint on his gun because it was just black. And the cool thing is that you can turn his head around to give him the battle mask. And I thought that was just like the freaking best thing ever. And this was just all black. So like his face mask was black. So I gave him a little hit of silver there. And I think it goes a long way to make him look a lot better. So maybe we'll open a blokey up here in a while and see who we pull tonight and see who we put together. We also got the Jetfire ship version. That is one of the most fun little vehicles we've gotten so far, because you can like pull the backpacks off of these guys, and the Jetfire can actually clip to the back of them and make a jetpack, or you can flip up the top of the Jetfire and these guys can stand on top of them. It's great, and these guys just have so much character. Like, I mean, you want to talk about something cheap, easy, and this so much fun. These guys are where it's at, which will lead me into plugging the Patreon again, because with the 05s, I went ahead and got another set of 04s. So we're going to do these as Patreon giveaways. So, you know, check out over there. Maybe I'll put in a different tier or something for these, or what all that looks like. But we can do it a couple different ways. If you sign up for the Patreon, we'll look at we'll let you as a community kind of decide if you want to do it like full blind box ways, or if you want me to open certain things and like send you a certain one. So, you know, that's something to look forward to. Let me jump it back in the chat, see what we got here. Lee, how's it going, man? If you guys notice, your names have been changed by YouTube for some reason. Everything is your @ name now. So if I don't recognize you, then let me know who you are with your @ name. I know Transformers Figure Collector. I know that's Lee. TF Life, I know who you are. Mateo, I don't remember you because YouTube has changed the names. So let us know what your name used to be on here. And let's go from there. Joey, I think you have the same name as you previously had. Yeah, and what was the reason they did that? I don't know, man. YouTube just does things. It's maybe to make it feel more like a community, so you can @ people. So I don't know. So yeah, so if I miss a message or I act like I don't know who someone in the chat is, and you've been here before and we've talked, let me know what your name was previously, just so we know who we're talking to. I wanted to jump back here real quick. Let's see. Oh, and TF Life, that's your art, dude. That was really cool. Like, what was there like? Is that an all original? Like, did you just come up with that, or were you looking at a reference drawing, or like, where did you pull from that? Because that was a cool pen and ink, or it looked like it was pen and ink, right? I could be wrong, but that was some cool illustration, man. Like that's really rad. I didn't know that you drew like that. And I think someone asked me how long I've been collecting these. These have just been since, I guess, 2018. So yeah, only about 8 years. Wow. Gotten a lot of things in 8 years. I did collect back in my younger days too. Back in high school, when I actually had a job, had money, like I started back into collecting the Beast Wars stuff. I have like, and my biggest thing was like, I got a job and was able to like drive myself places and get things when I was like 16, and that was like at the tail end of Beast Wars. So I was able to get like all the Transmetal 2s. So I've got like the full collection of Transmetal 2s, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I'm missing any one. I even have the Black Arachnia. And that was like that used to be my grail. My prize was the Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia, because she never made it stateside. I think it was maybe only Europe or maybe Japan. I can't remember, but so that was my big one. So I have all those, and then I took a break because then I moved into Star Wars collecting again, and I did that for quite a few years. In college, I kind of dropped off some, but I would pick up the odd Transformer every now and then, maybe an alternator or something, and then I was still collecting Star Wars, not heavy, but that was when like the Galactic Search, where they came with the coins, came along. So I didn't get all those, but I had a pretty good bit of those for a while. And then after I left college, Marvel came out with their Marvel Universe. So that was like 3 3/4 inch Marvel, like Legends style figures. And I got really into collecting those with my buddy. But I've since sold off most of my Star Wars and all those Marvel Universe figures and put most of it towards like what we have going on now. So let's see what else we got here. Trigger Happy, what's going on, man? How are you this evening? Mateo, my son is in bed. So yeah, he is he bedded down for the night. So And Joey, those Star Wars coins became rare, really? I have the McGuire. So I kept a few of them. I kept all the Ralph McQuarrie collection that I have, which I had everyone except for maybe Luke and like the Rebel Trooper. But I have like the Darth Vader coin sitting over there right now. But I still have my Darth Vader. I still have my C-3PO and my R2-D2. I think those were only available at Star Wars Celebration, if I'm not mistaken. I did have like 2 Chewbaccas. So I had quite a few of those, but I started looking at the value of those, and man, like nobody cares about those Ralph McQuarrie figures. That was like my thing that I thought was so cool that they did the concept art figures. So this is like, Ralph McQuarrie concept art and mainline figures you could buy off a shelf. That was like, it just blew my mind that they did that. I thought that was so cool. So I really always wanted those. That was kind of the main things I used to go for. I still have my, so I have the Darth Malik over there as well. I'll actually grab him real quick. I showed my Black Series figures, I think last week, but I didn't pull him down because I didn't think anybody would care about him. But so yeah, there's what it's called like the Ultimate Galactic Hunt, right? So there's like my Darth Malik with his coin, from KOTOR, and I had I still have the I kept this one. I kept the pre-Cyborg Grievous. So I thought that was, that was a pretty unique one and cool. I kept, I have the Revan. No, wait, do I? I think I have the Revan. I kept the Anakin and the Yoda from the Tartakovsky Clone Wars. The Darren Tartakovsky, the guy who did Samurai Jack. I kept those because those were such unique figures. So I kept a few of these because I thought they were pretty cool. But I sold off the vast majority just because, I don't know. You see McGuire Star Killer Hero. Yeah, I never had the Star Killer Hero or whatever. I don't have a Star Killer figure either. That was one of my favorite games, The Force Unleashed as well. That's such a fun game, and I never got a Star Killer figure. So let's see, what do we got here? Let's see. Okay, so Lucas asked, "What's my Transformer Holy Grail now?" That's a great question, Lucas. Like, way to pull a good question there, because I haven't even thought about that. I guess like the obvious answer would be Unicron, because in Unicron, like everyone's Grail figure now, the HasLab Unicron, but if we're not going there, I'm trying to think who I look for regularly and try to find on a good deal. There's some folks, but aside from Unicron, I can't think of anybody. But I will think of them. So, yes, Six Shot. That is animated Hot Rodimus, or Rodimus Minor, rather. So yeah, that's one of the few I picked up when I was in college because it was a Toys R Us exclusive, and I've always liked collecting exclusive things. And so yeah, I have a small animated collection up here. Let's see, we can adjust the camera a little bit there. It's up there. So I've got Autobots over. Oh wait, how can I do this? Oh man, this camera's tripping me up. Autobots. So I've got Dinobots there going to the Autobots down, and then Decepticons down that way. So, and with the Minosaur with the DNA upgrade kit on it. But yeah, so, and I want this RC. Super fun figure. I have a buddy who has it. So, yep. Cool. And yeah, okay, there we go. There's another one, Lucas. Maybe more than Unicron. My Grail figure is animated Blackout. That would actually be what I would want to pursue right now. I want Unicron like I do, but for some reason, like I really rather get that animated Blackout. I'm a sucker for anything that was like Japanese exclusive for some reason. I don't know why. So Joey said you saw a video where Bobby Vela from Bobby Valor Balaverse says there are a couple that are worth several $100. Really? Well, man, I wish I would have known that, or I wish I knew what they were, because I would definitely sell them for a few $100s to fund other things like TFCon Orlando, which TFCon Orlando next year, October 23rd through 26th or 24th through 26th. We're going to try to make that happen. Well, I mean, we're making it happen. Other people should make it happen with us. So just want to plug that. Maybe y'all can say hey to my wife here in a bit. I think she's probably in there reading. She was with the 6-year-old all day, and so is mentally exhausted. So, daggum, trigger happy. I missed that. I haven't really been online today. I was fixing lights at work, so I was kind of on the ladder all day and not looking at anything. So I didn't know they had showed Defender 6 yet. I was literally just showing. I don't know if you were in here, but that the only one I've opened up so far is like the regular Jetfire, and then I pulled the Shattered Glass Jetfire as one of my my rares. And I was telling everybody I gave him a little silver mask. I think it makes him look a little bit better. Trigger happy. Which Jetfire did you pull? Like which rares did you pull out of your or chases did you pull out of your case? So let's see. Who wasn't always a droid? 6 shot. Let's see. Oh man. Oh, Lucas. So story about that. There was one of those at my my local shop, and I honestly thought he was a when I first saw him, I thought he was like a smoke screen. And I was going through some of their stuff, and then I like put him, like I was organizing some of the stuff for him. I put him off to the side, and then I went back and he was gone. Because I didn't realize who he was at the time. That was a pretty cool figure. And I think Will ended up with that evac, or he was trying to get it recently, I know. Tripredicus, yeah. Lee, I always wanted Tripredicus when I was a kid. My buddy Jackson had him, and he had Magnum Boss too. And I always thought those were super cool. You can pick those up reasonably priced now if you watch. So let's see. So Joey, you want to know if I have any TF figures from the Combiner Wars series from a few years back? I do. Well, I have more, I would say, of Power of the Prime stuff than Combiner Wars stuff. I have something from Combiner Wars that's not mine, that is my friend's. That was a BotCon exclusive recolor in the closet over there. But off the top of my head, I can't think of what I personally have from Combiner Wars. I didn't get much. Like I haven't back collected a lot of that. I've collected more of the Power of the Prime stuff, just because I really enjoy like the whole Headmaster thing. That was like fun to me, even down to the little micro armor guys. I think those are super fun. Well, I don't know where he is, but I have the 8 face, you know, like it was kind of from that era, the little 8 face guy that gives you the toy head or whatever, and then just turns into the jet. You can sit in. So I thought because these were just fun to me. I don't think they sold well. I don't think most people cared about them. But I really like them. I think they're super cool. I know that's not the question you asked, but and I've messed with some of the Combiner War stuff, and they don't like hold together well. It may still be there, but there was a Victorion at my local shop. I actually put it together for the guy because he got a huge collection in, didn't know what a lot of it was, and so I went through and like put everything together, and it was just like, man, she don't stick together. It's just not. They weren't like fun to mess with because they were so like fiddly. So, let's see. 6 Shot, you says you may get a Blokey sometime. You just don't really like how they look, and I don't think they're good. Man, I would suggest getting one because they're fun. They have they put a lot of character into these guys to be such a small thing. They do some nice little details. Like think of them almost like the way Funko puts little details in some of their stuff. A lot of these they put little details into that's just like that's pretty amazing. Even like the larger Soundwave, his chest opens up and he has a little tape in there. I've got the combiner set for the Devastator that just gives this mold like there's so much personality in this. And it's stylized just a little bit, but it's like so fun just to be this little deluxe size Devastator guy. I talk a lot about the Blokies, and I can't say enough about how much like how much I love these little guys. And even the little vehicles on their own seem like they'd be kind of lame, but they're fun, especially like the more like deluxe style vehicles. Like every series has like a set that would be kind of like their flagship vehicle. So in the first one, it was Optimus. I think the second one was Shattered Glass Optimus. And they'll always have like a little element that you can pop up and have the other guys ride on. 03 is 03 Hot Rod? Yeah. No, 04. 04 is Hot Rod. So Hot Rod his little car mode here can pop open. I got him somewhere down there. Can pop open and a guy can stand on them. They don't transform. And I'm usually against non-transforming Transformers, but they're so much fun. And again, like Blokey's does so good at putting so much character into the little guys and making them different enough. They're fun little things to have, and they're affordable. That's the thing too. Let's see, Trigger Happy, you said you got the Jetfire. You didn't know he had 2 sides. Yeah. So his face has 2 sides. Isn't that so cool? Like I was just trying to tell our other friend over there. Like they do the small little details. Like, you get Jetfire's face, and then you get the Battle Mask face and the way they do it, they just turn the head around. But it's small little things like that they do with the Blokies that make them so much fun. Again, I highly recommend them, and that's why I got this extra set of Defender 04s to do as giveaways. So, what's going on here? Why do we got nutrition facts happening here? So Joey said, you seen Megatron from that TF Combiner Wars series yesterday at Dallas Vintage Toys, and they wanted about $80 for it. So which Megatron is that? Was that the Combiner Wars was the silver one, if I'm not mistaken, right? It was a tank, and he had like some pretty cool like working treads, I think, and then they repainted him into Armada Megatron. That makes me remember Liam lost one of the horns to my Armada one, but I think that's the one. If I'm not mistaken, I have messed with him. He's kind of weird. 80 seems like a lot for that too. Maybe the prices have gone up. The last time I was looking at him, he was not that valuable. Yeah, and that Blokey's Devastator. So you have to order that kit from either Blokey's themselves. ShowZ has them. You could also find it on AliExpress, but you have to order like the body kit and then get the individuals that came across 3 series to slap them together. It's a weird gray area. Hasbro will not let them sell like the combiner kit for this guy stateside because it's getting too close to being transformable. Hasbro will not let anyone that's not Hasbro make transformable figures that are officially licensed. They'll let you do like, they let Jada make licensed vehicles all the time. They let people make statues, but as far as like transforming, no, you can't make anything that actually transforms. So since these are actually officially licensed and not a third-party figure, they were kind of skirting it, and so Hasbro would not let them sell like the main base body that you plug the Devastator guys onto to make your Devastator. So you do have to order that from overseas. If you're in the U.S., if you're already overseas, then in like the China market, I guess you're already good. So. Yeah, and putting them together is half the fun. And even though Trigger Happy that it's basically the same construction scheme for all of them, it's still fun each time. They always make a satisfying click. I love the little pop, the little click when you put them together, and they're great. So Joey says, yeah, you agree they're fun to put together. And then let's see. Okay, yeah. So if he was like a bright silver, like a shiny silver like this, then that's the one I'm talking about. That seems like a lot for that, but maybe the secondaries like changed him on that. So well, Hasbro wants to become an IP company, an IP holding company, and just like farm their stuff out like they do with Star Wars. When everything like Star Wars, they have to pay for that IP or whatever, but they want to be like license holders and like let everyone else do this, which if it will give us better prices and better figures, I'm all for it at this point, because Hasbro's pissing me off with their prices and stuff. I saw a Bone Shaker, the Hot Wheels Bone Shaker at Walmart today, and I was like, oh, so I almost bought him because mine's supposed to come in like December 2nd. But I ordered him from Amazon when he was $29.99. At Walmart, he scans for $34.99, but then on Amazon now, he's $39.99. So all this like Hasbro price screw is going up, and they're like rolling stuff out like as it goes. It's some freaking nonsense, man. It's honestly aggravating. So yeah, it's very what's that the term there, trigger happy? It's like ASMR type stuff. It's like a satisfying pop, click, like it's real nice, you know. So Six Shot, thank you for dropping by. Come back, see us every Monday, 7:30. So Lucas, are you saying that you have the Death Tracker one? Which that one kind of like appeals to me because that's Death Tracker, but that's a TF Prime like Viacon, and I have the flying Viacon mold of that, and the design's pretty cool, I think. So yeah. Well, pardon me for a minute. I'm going to put Jetfire back up on the shelf here before we go too far along. Ooh. It's a shame that these guys are up here. They can never be seen in the camera. I really need to redo all of these shelves one of these days. Got a G2 shelf up here too. Not a ton of G2 guys up there, but yeah. Oh. All right, let's see. So Joey say, yeah, Blokey's ASMR, you should make a video of that. I've kind of actually done it. I just didn't do it good. But maybe I'll do that again. Maybe I'll do that with the next Blokey that I do. So speaking of which, and Liam will probably kill me if I do this, but we can we can pop open a Blokey tonight, see who we can pull. Maybe we'll pull somebody fun. I hear that and maybe Trigger Happy can speak to this, but I hear that the roller and trailer is real fun. The only problem is that Liam took my Optimus and then he lost the wheels to it. So I guess I'll have to get a whole series or set of Series 1 again to get that, and then do that as a giveaway. So I do the rest as a giveaway there. So I also got to pull the Grimlock from the other set because he lost the arm to the Grimlock. So, but, oh, let me see if I can find that Hot Rod. Yeah, here he is actually. So like I was saying to our other friend a while ago, the Hot Rod, he opens up and then it's got the little cannon. And that's what I like about these guys. And Will and I talk about this all the time. Like with each series, Blokey's is continuously like upping the game. Like they get better with each one they do, with adding little features, adding little small details. And it's amazing. And it's amazing because these guys are like $3 or something, or $4, or like, I sent this to Trigger Happy, but like the seller I got this from, like this was only like $20 for this whole pack. Normally they're like 40 or something. Still, there's 12 of them in here. That's pretty cheap for a fun little thing, you know? So yes, and Blokey's Combaticons, man, the Combaticons look phenomenal. So again, I haven't pulled out the others, but even when I first pulled out Brawl here, like I was like, he's just a little plastic tanky guy. There's nothing special about him, but there's a feel, and there's a certain, I haven't figured out how to quantify it yet, but there's a certain, just like, it's weirdly good for some reason, and it doesn't do anything. It's just it's basically a Kinder Egg toy, but it's got so much personality to be just a little Kinder Egg toy. And then he's got these extra little pegs here that are surely going to be for combining Brutus's gun, or, you know, something like that. So, and even like his trick pushes in, because, you know, when that slaps on a leg, that's going to have to push in for the knee to go in here. So it's like small little things they think about. Like their engineering's great. The plastic getting cheap either. It's not like thin, like cheap plastic, like that fidget spinner I posted about. Like, it's like they're really fun. There are very few that I'm not a huge fan of, and like they've really gotten better with their vehicles. Just to be vehicles like coming from this thing to come into this, like he's just a little white car, but man, that's a great looking wheel jack. You know, you can't deny that. The Bumblebees, I wasn't a huge fan of the bees. They don't roll very well either, but I do respect the fact that this is the animated Bumblebee. You know, and this is just Bumblebee's hand cannon from, you know, the Babe movies. So, you know, kind of encourages you to pop them off and give them to other guys. There we go. And the Blitzwing is fun. They've made the full-size version of him now. So, you know, but yeah. And so, yeah, we want to make a Mario Kart type diorama. Well, you know, one thing that my youngest and I do, they're great to put with the Titans. The small blokies just in general, and then the vehicles, they're fun to mess with. We play with our toys. So, you know, it's I've got a 6-year-old who always wants to play. He always has to come into my room and pick things. And that's why my Armada Megatron is missing one of his horns right now, because he came in here and got him and has proceeded to lose the horn. It's somewhere around the house, but where I do not know. So, but yeah, have any of the rest of y'all ever worked on like doing any kind of like custom painting or works on any kind of like Transformers or anything? So I'm trying to find more tips, and maybe then I'll make a video about, you know, my process or whatever I do or whatever I find. I found working with the like metallics very fun. It seems to be pretty forgiving, and then even where I've got some kind of brushy strokes in like the legs, it kind of works as like almost like a weathered battle damage. So it actually kind of adds to effect. I mean, I've had a blast just painting this guy over and over again, and he looks way better than he did before with just nothing. I may have overdone it a little bit, to be honest, but he looks way better, or at least I think he looks way better than he did just being like, because this was all just black. There was nothing here. So, well, I've really been enjoying that. Just been using basic boring craft paints too. So if anyone knows of anything better to use than like, I know there's like Tamiya and stuff out there, but the craft paints did an okay job for the most part. So, and I still want to work on a few other things, but yeah. So that's another thing that I'm thinking about doing is like giveaway items, like especially if I can like land a bunch of these blokies after Black Friday or whatever, getting a bunch and doing some custom work on them and doing them as giveaways or, you know, or thank you gifts or something like that, because I like doing it. So thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. So, you know, it's not perfect, not where I want it to be, but I'm working on it. So, all right, y'all hold tight. I'll be right back. Mic off here. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I went and got a Pringle, and went and got my wife too, because I can't remember who it was, but someone asked if she was here. They said, "Let me see. We want to see your wife." So.
I'm trying to squat because I'm not wearing any pants.
That's a good thing to say on.
That I'm not used to being on live television.
Sorry. So if whoever asked to see my wife earlier, there she is. So.
Hi.
Yep. she has claimed my Star Wars shirt. That's her like sleep shirt now.
Very comfortable.
Yep. So I just ate a sour cream and onion Pringles, so probably won't give you a kiss. I mean, I can, but it's up to you.
I still want one.
Okay. We shut my door.
Yes.
So
bye.
So this is Joey. This is Trigger Happy. This is Lucas, and that's Lee.
Joey, Trigger Happy, Lucas, and Lee. Hi. Bye.
So anyhow, so I think our friend who wanted to see my wife earlier is no longer in the chat, but they can watch it again later. So.
You know Jerry? I don't know where he is.
Is he in the bed? Is he downstairs? Kaya got my chips. So
You can find Jerry later.
he's probably downstairs. Hey, baby girl. I also have my my baby girl down here. Her name is Kaya. She's a big old dog. Well, she's
really not that big.
well, she's a big skinny dog. Come here, Kaya. No, hey, no, here, come here. Nope, get away. Then my Pringles, go away. Come here. Come here. Come up here. Come here. Show everyone to you. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here.
You know she's not going to willingly go up there
Come
like
here.
that.
Come here.
She's a good girl.
What if I put the chip up here? Will you come get it?
Are you watching?
What if we don't watch? Will you go get it? Come here. Oh.
She says, I don't want to be on TV.
Yeah, come on. Come up here. Come here. Okay, fine. Here, just take the Pringles. You already ate half of those. I don't want dog Pringles. So. Anyhow, we have two dogs. We have one named Kaya, and we have one named Jerry. Jerry's a small dog. We don't know where he is. So, all right, we got another new person in the chat here. So, Isaac, I'll say this again. If you've been on here previously and I don't recognize your name, YouTube has changed the way names are done. So, I don't know who you are. If you've been here, let me know who you are with your old screen name. So, Lee says, just an idea for painting the figures. You could get airbrush. Yeah, I thought about doing airbrush. I tried airbrushing before and I never really got it down. Because when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of patience. Not that I have a lot of patience now either. But the amount that I'm doing and just doing the little bit of like brushing with like a detail brush seemed to work out pretty good. And so like I wouldn't really want to like try to airbrush the stuff that I'm airbrushing on this. Like I said, the metallics, like if I'm starting like covering like a large area, then yeah, maybe I will, maybe I'll do an airbrush or something. And if I'm going to base coat something, I'll spray it for sure. But in general, brush is just working fine right now. So let's see. As you say, you're sad. You're stopping by to distract myself because YouTube legend has died in Germany. Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that. I guess you're in Germany then. And would you care to share what happened? Who was this YouTube person? What was their shtick? What did they do? And how can we help distract you? We can open up some Transformer things and mess with that if that would help distract you. Let us know how we can support you, man. Sorry to hear about that, for real. When we lose people in our lives, it's hard, and that's the canned, easy thing to say, but it's hard to deal with losing the constants in your life. So we get used to like these things being cemented into our life, and we always think they're going to be there. and then it's like being part of our routine. And then when it's ripped away from us all of a sudden, it just kind of like, it messes up the way we've programmed our life. So when we lose someone, at least that's the way I view it. So when we lose someone or something like that, it's like a part of our life. It's just like, I don't know what to do now. It messes with what we've programmed our life into. The older we get, the more we have that programmed into us, I feel. And we're like less flexible in a way. And that's like true. I mean, we have less neuroplasticity in our brains get more static, and so it's hard to change. That's why old people are harder to change old people than it is young people, for the better or for the worse, on both sides of that coin. So anyhow, that's a weird spiel, but sorry to hear that, friend. Let us know how we can support you around here, aside from just giving an encouraging word and talking about, our Transformers hobbies. So Isaac, what's your favorite Transformer? Who's your favorite character, and who is your favorite figure that you own? And what's one figure you wish you own? So there you go. That should give you enough to think about for the next few minutes. In the meantime, where'd he go? I think he's in the other room. I have recorded the review for Scavenger, and now I just need to edit. I've got about maybe half kind of edited, so maybe I can get that out this week, because I'm off all week, so that's fun. So we're going to do some climbing on Wednesday if it doesn't rain. Hopefully getting out to the boulder fields, so maybe I can get that done. That'll be cool. And then the last one will be this guy, and then we'll do the full Monty of the Devastator. We'll throw out the whole Devastator review, and then we'll have people yelling at me in the comments again, because they did not care for my review of these two guys. Got a little bit of backlash on that, which is, Discord's fun, Why not have some dissenting opinions about things? And I could have always done better on my thoughts on my review as well, but where he has glossy red and this matte purple. It's because I used the red for the visor there. Anyhow, so all right, you see, you like Bumblebee as your favorite character? Is there a specific Bumblebee figure that you like? Regular G1, Bayverse, animated Bumblebee, TF Prime, Netflix Bumblebee, right there. Any particular Bumblebee that you like there? I am going to grab a knife real quick, and we are going to pop open a Blokey to see who we can pull out tonight. I'd really like to make this whole thing more interactive, and we can get like a lot of people in here, because I like to let other people choose things, so they have like a say in the matter, and it makes it more fun for everybody. So we kind of start working from one or the other. So I'm going to pull this one, because if I don't, my son is going to be aggravated. But Trigger Happy, I'm not collecting the Galaxy Blokies now. I started out with those, and that's what made me love these things. But the way they cost more, and two, they take up more space, and three, the way they spread out some of the teams, it just means I have to keep buying more sets to get the ones that I don't really care as much about. I have, in general, I like Blue Streak, but I don't really like Blokey's version of Blue Streak that much. And Sideswipe and stuff, so I don't care as much about the larger Blokies like that as I do the Defender series. And so to complete the teams, I got to get all these that I don't really care as much about. I really want to complete the Dinobots, but I have to get all those other things to complete them. And so I don't know. But I did complete the Constructicons, which are so fun. Again, there's just something about these, and they're nothing. They're just little they're all the same with small little details, but it's the fact that like you get these little details in each of them that are slightly different. You know, you get the, I think actually I got his cab on the wrong leg, but you know, you get the little cab leg for him, and you know, you get a little radar dish thing for him, and you know, his little crane hook, and Bone Crusher's chest opens up, and Scavenger's bucket moves, and Long Haul doesn't really do anything, but he has a different gun. So that's why I love the Galaxies, because they do add little. They're the same, but they put enough little differences in them that are a lot of fun. I wish honestly that they would give us a better Grimlock, because like I like this Grimlock in so much as like this looks like the Grimlock that's on the Symbiote Studio shirt. And that's a fun design for that, but I want a different like they did for the Defenders Grimlock. That's what I wish we had for this. And then I've got the Shining Grimlock back here actually, because I bought all the Shinings just basically to get the Shining Grimlock and to get the Shining Optimus, because that was the only way to get the kind of Galaxy sized like G1 Optimus, which is just freaking amazing. Like I wish I'd have got the Chase, but his chest lights up in his eyes, and like just like, come on. I mean, I had to have that for the Optimus shelf. I had to have another version of a G1 Optimus Prime for the Optimus shelf. So, let's see what we got here. Joe, you need G1 Starscream and Sound. So do you need actual G1 Starscream? And Soundwave, like the original ones, are like, are you talking about like a different series? You're talking about the Loki series or what? Let me see. Yeah, I mean they've got like, it's just like this. It's just like the Defender series. They've got their fun little charms to them, their little quirks. For me, it's more about like just the value you can get these Defenders at is they're so cheap. Like they're tiny, but they're cheap, and also they take up way less space because. So I got this display. If you see this here, this was an end cap at Walmart, and I went there, and they were two of them left when they had the series, the Galaxy Series 1 there, and I was buying them, and I asked the guys like, "Can I just have this?" And he's like, "Yeah, go ahead." So that's what my Blokies stay on right now. At some point, I know I'm going to have to change that, but that would fill up real fast if I was doing all Galaxy. So Defenders, I can put a ton of Defenders on here. Oh, Trigger Happy, did you realize that in Series 5, they didn't give us one of these cards? They've given it to us in every other series. And this is one of the things I love the most. I love this, like these big cards that they gave us with the previous series. And where'd that go? Oh no, my other one just magically slid back there. But like, I love that they gave us these little like holographic cards previously for each series through 4. But Series 5, they didn't give them to us. I was very disappointed. I thought that might have been a fluke, but I just opened up this box. It's not there again. That kind of sucks. Like, I love that. So, you see like all the Blokies, but the Galaxy version. Okay, I've already read that. Let's see. So as you're saying, like the Beetle, but also one from the 5th movie. Okay, let's see. The 5th movie would have been the 5th Michael Bay movie. So no, wait. So one of like the more modern Camaros, I guess, is kind of where we're at, right? Trigger App, you say you got all your shiny ones. You didn't want to, though, because there was only like one figure from each. That set they wanted to get. Yeah. See, that was me. I only ordered one set of the Shining, and it was a series that had Optimus and Grimlock in it, because those were the only 2 I really cared about. I do have shiny Megatron that I got as a pull, and then I have shiny Acid Storm, which was my first shiny I got at a shop north of town, because also it was like $5. I think the guy had them priced wrong, and yeah, actually that's the only 2 stickers I have is Starscream and Acid Storm. So, what up, Autobot? How's it going, man? So. Yeah, you noticed Sugar Happy say that they didn't put it in there. And you noticed last night, I want my, yeah, me too. I want my card, man. Like they keep giving us these little coins. I don't give a crap about these coins, to be honest. Like, I mean, this was kind of neat because I think I got the special, one of the special Grimlocks, you know, so that one was kind of cool. But like, I don't really care about these. I want my big like holographic card because that's more fun to me. I'm supposed to have the green one of these somewhere too. I don't know where that one went. Maybe the young one has that somewhere, or maybe it fell into my display somewhere. So, all right. Let's see who we're going to pull out of this box tonight. Kaya, please stop biting yourself. I know, girl. I think my dog has a few little fleas on her, and I can't seem to get rid of them, even though I keep bathing her. And then she always bites herself up, and it's not fun. So, all right, Sugar Happy, you booked the flights, man. I'm down. Let's do this thing. Let's go over there, and let's bring our empty suitcases. We will just wear the clothes on our back, and we'll go over there and load up our suitcases because Japan and China is supposed to have so much Transformer stuff so cheap because it just turns over so fast there. So I would be down for a trip to China or Japan at some point. So Autobot say going good. I went to GameStop yesterday and they want $30 for a deluxe and Tide Star. Whoa, Star Optimus was $200. That's insane. And which deluxe are they trying to spend? Well, never mind. It doesn't matter because deluxes are $29 now. That's, well, yeah, no, they're $29 now, right? I mean, 27 to $29 depending on what you get, like and where you look. So even at Walmart, they're like that, except for Run Amok. My Walmart is lousy with Run Amoks for $19. If anyone needs a Run Amok, let me know. I can help you out there. Joey says, check Target for the clearance toys. That $9 Super Bowl got marked down. What? So is this on the Target app, on Target.com, or just in a physical store? Because I'll pick up an extra Silver Bolt for $40. So yeah. So most MSRPs are, but like I was saying earlier in this, I went to Walmart today and I found Bone Shaker, you know, the Hot Wheel collabs. It was a $34.99. Maybe that's because it's a collab. So, well, Joey, you go pick up that that Silver Bolt, and I'll try to pick up something for you, and we'll do some swapping. Okay. Here, let's see. Oh, you did get it. So. I didn't know you hadn't completed your Aerobots yet. You found Jerry? Where'd you find him?
Wandered from the bedroom.
Oh. He sensed what time it was. So.
Okay. Officially good night.
Officially good night. I'll see you tomorrow at some point. Maybe in the morning. Maybe I'll fall asleep on the couch again, like I did last Monday. I'll try not to. Love you, baby. I've gotten really bad about staying up too late on nights to do these streams. And like last Monday night, I went downstairs after the stream and I put on the G1 Transformer show and I fell asleep and then I woke up at like 2 a.m. I was like, God dang, I need to go to bed. So, all right. So, all right. Y'all want to see who we got? All right. First Autobot, you say you picked up a Wii U to mod. Oh, cool. The only thing I ever tried to mod is I tried to mod the original Xbox 360 unsuccessfully. I had someone soft mod my original Xbox and put all the Nintendo, all of the Sega, and all of the Super Nintendo games on it, and I still have that, which I think is pretty cool. So, yeah, see, Joey, I don't really care about the G.I. Joe. I don't care about the classified firefighter. I really did want the classified diver, though, because I have actually like a keychain of the action diver from back in the day that I thought was like, I still have it in the box. I think it's so cool. So that's one I wanted to pick up, but I didn't. The other one, I want the Scorpion guy. I think he is super cool, but I'm not going to pay like $50 for that. That's $50 for that, and then you can get the like the Cobra Stinger or whatever for like $70. It's crazy. Like they want that much for that one figure with a pet. When like Crocmaster was like, he ended up being like $16 at Ross at one point. But all right, So let's see who we got here. For our Beloki, we get Onslaught in vehicle mode. Cool. All right. Pop this guy together real quick. Oh man, Liam's gonna be so mad at me that I did this without him. He gets so aggravated when I open these things and he's not around. And I'm like, I'll promise I won't do it again. It's kind of funny. So, all right, let's see here. That's pretty cool. It's got, oh, you know what? Something else going to go in there, isn't it? Let me pop this back off. Hold on here. In the meantime, yes, Stinger 75. What? Oh yeah, the car is the Stinger. So, man, Joey, yeah, I haven't seen, our Ollie's has never had any classified Joes aside from like the freaking just deluge of Lady J's that it had. Like so many Lady J's. It was crazy how many Lady J's there were. Also, I haven't found anything good at our Ollie's or our Ross's. Like no Transformers. I found the white version of what was the Hot Rod from Cyberverse that went to be Prowl for Earthspark. That's the only thing I've seen in the past 2 weeks. Aside from that Primal I saw, which I kind of wish I'd have bought that Primal now for like $20, so I could have like made him like a Nemesis Primal, but I hadn't thought about customizing then. Like our stuff, there's nothing in this area, and I keep checking. So, Autobot, you say only problem is modding a Wii U is a lot more risky. Higher chance it will brick itself and do anything wrong. Yeah, that's because Nintendo don't like you messing with their things. Nintendo's like, I will take my ball and I will go home if you start trying to mess with their stuff. So, Amit, Madhaba, my friend, how are you this evening? Good to have you back, man. How's it going? What are you having for breakfast over there in Turkey? Like, what is the traditional Turkish breakfast? So, Autobot, you say you got a Coronation Starscream for 15, still expensive for yeah, so I got a Coronation Starscream for 25, and then I got it again for like 15. So that's actually one I've actually had in the closet for a while now. I thought I would do as a channel giveaway at some point as well. But now we're getting a new Seeker mold, so I don't know what I'll do with that thing. Maybe I'll trade it to a local shop. Yeah. Let's see. Joey, you say at Ross, still haven't seen Trypticon. I don't think they're going to have any more. Yeah, I never saw that at all. The biggest thing I think I showed y'all is I found that Batwing at Ross, but since then I haven't seen nothing, which is weird. Last year they had like just a ton of stuff, and this year it's not saturated like it was. So I'm gonna bet all this stuff's gonna show up at like the Ollies and stuff eventually. So all right, let's see here. Ooh, I don't like that we've got a ball joint on some clear plastic here. That kind of worries me for what that'll hold in the future. That's got to go up into here if I'm going to have to guess right. Yep. And then we're just going to pop that guy onto there like that. God, man, Trigger Happy. These little vehicles, can you quantify this? Because I can't really place why these little guys, to be just these basic little things, why they're so fun, except to say there's some kind of charm to them. And that's like such a nebulous thing to say, but they've just got like it's like a little chibi charm. Like I'm gonna have to do some customizing on this guy. He needs some paint on his windows, I think. He needs a little bit more little flair or something there. Maybe he needs something on his fender wells too. But they've just got, it's just like a feel to them. That's really fun. And that's just for me. Maybe the rest of y'all will get these things and think they're the dumbest thing they've ever done in Transformers, but I find these extremely enjoyable. Let's see, did I put that on there right? We're going to see here in just a second, because these are going to go here. These are the fender wells. Which side is this? Right fender well. So that's right fender well, and that's left fender well. think that's right there. Did I put those on correctly? Or did I not? Do they go the other way? Let's see. Do they go that way? Oh. I'm not sure. Nope. Mud flaps go towards the back. Let's see. So Autobot, you say you took the throne from Megatron and kept him in his box for 2 years and just took him out with a flimsy front build piece. Yeah. Yeah. The throne is where my G2 Megatron sits because that super crazy purple looks really great with that G2 Megatron, I think. And Trigger Happy, you say here, wait a minute, hold on. Maybe I did this wrong again. Nope, that's right. Sorry. You're saying you're right though. They're yeah, cute. Yeah. There's just something I still don't know what to say about these guys. I keep trying to figure out how to say it. And maybe one day it'll make sense to me. I thought I was doing this wrong, but I'm not. I'm doing it right. Cool. All right. We got them together. Sick. It's just something. Cool. Look at that. I mean, come on now. This is a little boom. He's got a little turny cannon. He's got a little turny, little wibbly in the back of him here. I mean, that's pretty fun, y'all. You got to admit, that's pretty fun. Yeah, Lucas, skateboards for your Transformers. Yeah. So they don't have Joey. They don't have a kit for the Dinobots as of yet. You know, I could see them doing that when they do like the small versions of these guys, and even maybe the way the Grimlock is constructed, kind of like makes that kind of would make that work out. Like I could see he needs some silver here, doesn't he? He needs just. I don't think. Y'all think he's good with the gray, or should he have some like silver here? And if we do windows on him, what should we do his windows at? He needs a little more paint. Like he's got some real fun paint on the front of him here, like on his hood. But I think he might need his tail lights kind of peeked out. Maybe his headlights peeked out. He needs a couple of flourishes, I think, to make him look better, right? So, Autobot, you say you almost feel that Hasbro is trying to price us out and can't stop in house and sell the license for nothing. Well, yeah, no, that's my theory. There, Autobot, like I've mentioned it around that with my wife and with my other collecting buddy that like 2026 might be a big jumping off point for me because man, I cannot do $42 for a Voyager. Can't. That's far too much. Unless they're like really good. If they did like 2 waves a year where stuff would hang out longer, but if they're doing 3 waves a year, that still makes it really tough on the budget. Like that's just too much, even if they're really good. So maybe they're kind of testing the waters to see where it'll end up, and then maybe they'll course correct a little bit. I know tariffs are a thing, supposedly, and they are, and I get it, but also it's like, man, but you've been knocking up prices every year since I really started collecting, like since I started this hobby. I mean, everything is bumped up. And again, like COVID, I understand some, but then it went up and didn't come back down. And then it just keeps, and even after COVID, they went up and then it went up again and then it went up again. And now it's like, now they've got, oh, cool, we got tariffs. That's an excuse. We can bump it up again. So it just keeps rising. Maybe that's the theory. Maybe they're trying to price us out of the hobby. Maybe they don't want to do this anymore and they're looking for a way to kill it and then be a license holder and sell it off to people, and then it'll be like a niche collector brand. Because people will still, the true fans will still buy, but then maybe they don't put it at normal retail. But why would you want to give up that space? Also, I think Hasbro's gotten some like bad straits with a lot of their licensing. I know they want Star Wars and Marvel, or someone else will have it, but they're not making money on those things like they used to. And especially with all the characters they have to put out for a lot of those brands, and then the royalties they have to pay to Disney for that, because Disney is a money hungry company. Like, you talk about a greedy ass company. There's Disney, and then they're having to pay them, and then like, so it's like, a Black Series figure is, you know, $30. It's like, what? Just for like a dude with a gun. Like, it's pretty crazy. That being said, we did pick up the R2D2, the Santa R2D2, because we get a something new for our Christmas display every year. So Liam wanted Santa R2D2, and he's pretty fun. Like, I kind of enjoy him. So yeah, let me see what else we got here. Joey says silver, cool. I think silver would look good on the front of him. And then I'll peek his front lights out, maybe orange, and then maybe even some tail lights because I have the red here. I think that'll add a lot. I wish I could do some kind of, maybe I don't know what I can do to the windows. Something needs to be done to the windows. Maybe I'll just make them black or something. So Autobot, wait. Joey saying the Autobot sounds about right, but if they don't want to get out of the toy business, why continue to make Joes and Star Wars and TF? So Joey, and Marvel Legends, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one. So they own the Transformers and the Joe's brand. Those are their in-house brands. They can continue to make them. I don't know what kind of contract they have with Disney that they had to sign into to be like the sole like license holder for those like action figure companies to make those. And they probably had to make X amount of products throughout the years to keep that license. And doesn't matter. Like, and there's probably something where Disney's saying you have to make these characters as well. So, you know, it's like, it's to keep it from going to another company, but it's like, what other company would make Star Wars or Marvel Legends figures? Like, I mean, who's that license going to go to? Like, are they going to like try to get in bed with, like McFarlane or something? Is that what Hasbro is trying to like keep them from doing? Is like going to a competitor like that, or Jazzwares or something like that? I don't know. Playmates maybe. But if you have such this deluge of like, you go to Ollie's and there's so many Star Wars Black Series figures there. It's like Ollie's is the default old Star Wars Black Series like hangout, and they're still like $10 or something. And it's like characters no one cares about. So you have to make all these characters that like. There's this fallacy of like the Star Wars collector now, I think, that like back in the day, everyone wanted every figure, but then they came out with too many Star Wars properties, and then people didn't care about Star Wars as much because it kind of screwed over the Star Wars fans and kind of made everything real crappy, where most people didn't care about it because they just neutered the entire property. And so it's like, now your hardcore fans may not want them, and then the people that you were trying to appease, like to try to like to sell those characters to, they're not action figure collectors anyhow. They're just media consumers. So it's like, I don't know. It's a very multifaceted problem, I think. Let's see. So Autobot saying 5 years, Chug will probably be OGMP. Well, if in 5 years, the deluxe price point is like Masterpiece, then I won't be in this hobby. I take that back. I'll still be in the hobby. I'll buy everything on the secondary market. I will prey upon those people who pay too much to start with, and then the new thing comes out and they sell it for less. So I'll just get everything like 7 years behind, because that's when trademarks refresh is 7 years. So I'll just stay 7 years behind everybody, and I'll be fine with it. So, yeah, right. That's their IP, Joe's and TF's, and they want to sell those IPs to other people. Hence why we get things like this now, which I'm glad for this, but their Joes are creeping up in price too. And their Transformers are more than creepy. And I understand for the Transformers, there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of engineering that go into that. But Joes use the same buck for most everything. There may be some different sculpting details that you actually have to make a new mold for, but you have the engineering of that body laid out. You have basically a male or a female, and some of them may have to bulk up or bulk down, but you have all those basic bucks laid out now. If you don't know, a buck is it's like the main like body of a figure without the head and whatever. It's like the main body part, and you just kind of swip and swap parts. So it's like you can't really justify some of the stuff they're doing to the Joes, I don't think so. And Joe, you say that Blokey's got those new Star Wars and Marvel kits. The Darth Vader and the Stormtrooper are so cool, and their Spider-Man. Yeah, like I've been looking at something like Joey. I want like some of their Ultraman stuff, which they're kind of weird looking in a way. Like they're almost like a Lego minifig or like a Creo figure kind of look, but like they're pretty fun looking too. Lucas, thank you for stopping by, dude. I appreciate you stopping by as always. And again, come back next Monday, 7:30. We're gonna be doing this thing, so stay tuned for new reviews and new everything else. And they'll put out like 2 shorts today. Actually, they're real short shorts. Not that they matter. They've just been throwing stuff on a desk. But y'all like that? Y'all like when I throw something down on the desk and see what it is? It's the best way I can get videos out now because I don't have enough time to like do regular reviews and edit and all that kind of stuff. So people seem to respond to it. It's got that little bit of ASMR quality to it. So, but yeah, Onslaught here is pretty fun, y'all. Look at that. I mean, Liam's going to love this guy. He's been playing with that Jetfire for a week now. Again, I don't like that that's on a clear ball joint, but maybe it'll be okay. Kaya, stop itching. Sorry for yelling in the mic there. The only thing I do wish that his back wheels rolled so he would roll a little bit better. So yeah. So Joey, you're not an Ultraman fan. The Disney Deco does for these toys is very impressive, and they're putting out stuff Hasbro and Mattel have never done before. Yeah, and like it's not like I'm any kind of like huge Ultraman fan, but I watched a little bit of Orb and I enjoyed it. And oh, hey, Corey. That's our friend from down under. How are you today? I guess it is daytime for you because you're down in Australia. But yeah, I don't know a ton about Ultraman. They had a Ultraman Rising movie that me and the kids watched on Netflix, and I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I've watched some of the Toku stuff. Actually, on Pluto TV, there was a Tokusatsu TV channel, and they played a lot of Ultraman, and I really enjoyed it. Like I had to sit there and read it, but I really enjoyed it. And I think it was Orb was the one I watched a lot of, or maybe Ultra 7. I can't remember, but it was fun. So yeah, all that to say, the Blokers are good. Yeah, we'll put a little. Oh man, you know what? If I had the paintbrush up here, we would put some silver on the Onslaught here right now. But I don't have the paintbrush up here. Maybe I can find. I don't even know where I put it. Maybe I'll get it when I go downstairs here in a moment, and we'll put a little silver on him and see how he looks. So, Corey, you say you try to send photos of your secret collection, but I can't. Where did you try to send them to? Did you try to send them on the on the Instagram, or how did you try to send them to us? Again, I'll throw it out there, y'all. We are got the little Patreon out there now. So I got the extra set of Blokey's down there. Is it some giveaway items as well as some other stuff. So anyone ever wants to throw something in there, go ahead. I'll be posting some things on there. I think I'm going to start posting some custom painting videos on there, so y'all can kind of see what that process looks like. Again, not that I'm like any kind of like great customizer, but I had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe someone will find that valuable. I think I need to do something more to his back. It's still kind of plain. I gave it a little silver wash in red, but you can't really see it on this, but it's in there. But I kind of want to do that. So Corey, you're saying if you had a community chat on YouTube, I have a post section on there. I didn't know that I could have like a chat on there, but we're making a Discord. We're trying to make a Discord for this, and that's kind of like the basics of the Patreon there, so we can get a Discord up and running. Something my my cohort Will has worked on. We'll get him on here at some point. Maybe I just got to get a YouTube chat. I don't know how to do that. So I'm still learning how to like build more of this stuff up. So, any tips y'all have, let me know. I don't want to just constantly like shill for things, but like I really want to be able to afford to like send things to people because I think that would be fun. And to do that, I need money because I can't foot the bill all myself. I'm barely able to do my collection nowadays. So especially this year, because we're trying to save for TFCon, right? So, yeah, send them to us on the Instagram. We'll see if we can get it there. Okay. Y'all hold up for just a second. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go get, let's see if I can find my brush. We're going to put some silver on this onslaught and see if that makes this grill look better. All right. Come on, get this on there. There we go. All right, let's see what we got here. Extra Rage coming in here later on. How's it going, friend? Do we still have our German friend Isaac in here, by the way? What can we do to entertain you tonight with the hard time we're going through, friend? Let us know, okay? Let's see. So you like the Omega Supreme and the Scorponok? Yep, they're pretty good. I really want the upgrade kit for him. Make him a little bit taller. Make him a little more fun. I also have the black Zarek, but he is in the box. And it's like, man, I know I should open him, but I'm kind of like, I've had him so long. That was actually the first Titan I ever bought. And it's kind of like a nostalgia thing almost. Like, it's like, I don't know if you can have nostalgia for like 4 years ago, but it's like, man, it's the first Titan I bought. And I've got him and I've got Black Horichi in the box. I'm like, kind of want to keep him that way. So, Lee, you're saying in the future, thinking about doing some custom painting for Super Series Optimus and Omega Supreme, but adding color to the wires and piping. Do it, man. Lee, have you ever done any model painting and things like that? And it's I mean, it's there is a learning curve to it. So I would say before you start putting like paint on some really expensive figures, I would say get some cheap stuff if you haven't done any work, and and like practice, just to learn your materials and everything. Because it's good to learn your brushes, learn how your paint works, all that kind of stuff. I don't know like anything about this except for I went to art school and I know that materials like depending on your material, like you need to learn how to manipulate it. So do some gun and painting for a friend of mine. Yeah. So then if you know it, then go for it, man. Yeah, Joey. I think I said this last week, that Omega is, I kind of go back and forth in my brain about like which one is my favorite Titan. But I kind of like almost always land on like Omega Supreme, like being like my favorite. But I'm reluctant to say it, but it's like almost like always my favorite. So let's put a little silver on this guy's little bumper here. Maybe that focused up. And see how that looks. I don't have any orange to do the back with, but let's see here. If anyone has any experience in this kind of stuff, and as I'm doing things, thinks that I'm like an idiot, I don't know what I'm doing, just let me know. I welcome some criticism. It's how I get better. The first thing that I'll probably be criticized for is using basic craft store paint, but I asked another customizer, and actually there's kind of dissenting opinions from what I gather. Some people are like, they say you can use craft store paint, but you shouldn't use that. And this other guy was like, use it and clear coat it. That's all that matters. And whatever, if you don't want to transform, then don't worry about doing anything in sanding. I think it's better. Like I probably should like put a base coat on this, but I find that this like metallic like coats pretty well. Actually dries pretty quick too. So yeah, and it goes on like real easy, and it's like even the brush strokes with this particular like metallic, they kind of work in the favor of it, I think, because it gives you that kind of like brushed metal feel. So kind of make the brush lines work for you. It's not going to take much for him. Whereas I'm going to build up in those cracks a little too much though. So we'll kind of come back across it like this. In the front right there. I don't know if any of you guys have ADHD, but one of the best medications I have found for ADHD is doing painting of miniatures. Because of all the stuff that I can't focus on, I can sit down with a miniature and I can paint for hours. When I was painting this guy last like Tuesday night, I just came in here. I was literally brushing my teeth and I started looking at this guy. I was like, well, what can I do to him? And I wanted to just do a couple little things. And I sat down, and the next thing I knew, I've been here for like 2 hours painting. And my wife fell asleep. The next day I was like, I'm sorry I didn't come to bed. She's like, oh, I didn't even know that you were up for that long. I was like, yeah, I was up for almost 2 hours, like just painting. I don't like the way this is reacting, like in the middle of this grill here. But it'll come up and come down. I try to like stay with the same brush strokes too, but it may not work for this because getting in between here is, I like to have an edge that I can feather off of. It kind of makes it feel a little more even, but I let that dry for a second. Let that dry for just a minute. Catch up on some chats here. So, let's see. Autobot, you say used Warhammer paint to a dry brush or spare core Soundwave. Turned out great. Yeah, the Citadel stuff. We actually have a Warhammer store here. I considered going and getting some Citadel paint. I've painted some Warhammer miniatures back in the day, which made me want to get into doing Warhammer. Good Lord, man. You want to talk about a whole nother like level and a whole nother like place. Like and I don't mean this in a bad way, but like a whole other level of like nerd. Like I couldn't fit in with those people. Like their life was like Warhammer, and I'm like just trying to be a filthy casual over here, and like just because I thought the models were cool, like I thought the Necrons were neat, and I wanted to paint some and do miniature model stuff, and like that stuff gets insane, and those model kits are nuts. Like talk about some prices that put like our Transformers to shame. Like it's pretty crazy. So, yeah, I've got so Lee, I've got some smaller brushes. So like I got this little guy here. They're not like the best quality, but for what I'm doing right now, if I really get into it, I'll definitely invest in some better brushes. It's just like right now, I'm not so worried about it because I'm just trying to, I'm just kind of messing around right now, seeing if I want to do this. It's like I did some drawing back during the summer and really got into it. And then I went and bought some like charcoals and stuff. But again, I didn't buy like the super most expensive things, which is usually my natural proclivity. As I get into something, I've got to have the best of everything. It's like, no, I need to pump the brakes, dude. Like, let's see if you're going to do this. And then I stopped drawing. So we'll see how long I do this. But if I start doing customs for like, people on the Patreon, then, maybe I have to get something a little bit better. We'll give them try to give them some tail lights. I don't like the way that this red behaves though. It's, like this is one of those situations like metallics I think are fine, but when it comes to like this kind of stuff, I think that's when I need like those Citadel colors that Autobot there was talking about a second ago. But the nice thing about acrylics is if you don't like it, they literally just wipe off or they scratch off unless you clear coat them. So, yeah. Matter of fact, I don't think I'm going to continue on with this red. It doesn't behave well. Not for what I'm doing. And maybe I should like sand it or something anyway, or at least put a base coat on it. But I don't want to base coat it because it's already got all this beautiful painting on here already. Or it's not painting. I'm sure that's like all tampos or something. But it looks really good. Ooh, what about this? What's up, Extra Rage? We're just doing a little painting of Blokey's Onslaught here. Should we maybe put some like silver or something in here? I'm not sure what that's going to be when it becomes Bruticus, so maybe I should wait before I put any more details in it. But maybe we should put some silver in there. Or maybe we should put some silver on the wheel hubs. I think that would be, that would kind of add a little bit to it. We're going to throw a little more on this grill here. Like I said, yeah, I need to clear coat this too, or it's going to rub off, but I can paint it again. But like Jetfire here, this was just a black mask. And it went like, made it so much better just to put a little paint. Like I could scratch this off and actually show y'all what it looked like before. Because there's like a little round like molding circle on it that's kind of annoying, to be honest. I should sand down. But a little bit of paint goes a long way. Let's see. Extra Rage, you're saying maybe color the headlights, shiny silver, like Long Haul. Long Haul have silver headlights on him? Where's Long Haul's? I mean, you're right, the Hasbro Long Haul has silver ones, but the Blokey's one has orange lights. So, I don't know. Oh, don't fall. There we go. Add a little more silver to the grill here. There's something very relaxing about just like painting. I don't know what it is, but like I said, it really appeals to my ADD brain. Now, there's this kind of painting or just painting stuff just like straight up, but trying to like do a painting of a scene, I've never been good at. I guess it would be like production painting maybe. Painting in college, I was terrible at. And I was so terrible at it. Like, I waited until like the night before my final exam to do like 4 paintings. Teacher was just like, I just need you to turn something in. So like, I was prescribed Adderall. So I just took an Adderall and I just stayed up for like 24 hours and I just painted. Literally, that's all I did. Just in my room painting. Just some of the crappiest stuff you could ever see. So that does go a long way though, man. That makes that grill look a lot better than it was when it was pure gray. So let's see. Lee, you're saying the only way my friend didn't mind me painting those parts of his Gundam model. Well, good. I'm glad. Hey, Lee, start doing some customizing, man. You know, put out some videos. Extra rage. You got Age of the Prime's red alert. How do you think about that red alert? Oh wait, nope. There's your next comment. I see it now. The Age of the Prime's red alert figure I got is pretty good. I love the space to put his weapons. Yeah, that. I mean, I want to just back up for a second. So that red alert is, I feel, an overshadowed figure because it's kind of like some of the other stuff that came out last year. I can't think about right now because it got overshadowed by others. But like, I love that red alert. He compacts down like so small, but then he becomes like he's a smaller Voyager, I would say. But like the way he compacts down is really cool. I love his weapon storage. I love the flip out weapon. There's toyetic properties to him. There's playability to him. This is opinion. And it's kind of the same way with I almost said Boulder, but the Heat Wave. There's a quality about those that's like they have a presence and they have a fun side to them. The only thing about the red alert is he's very stiff. And I have seen tales of him breaking at joints. So be careful on those stiff joints with him, okay? But yeah, I love that red alert. Like, I think it's a great mold. I really would like the flatline. I don't want to pay $30 for it or $42 or however much they're asking for it. But also, I'm kind of like, that's a first appearance of a character. Kind of, maybe I should get it. And I love a black repaint. So, but there's other things to buy. The flatline will show up at some point. Or it'll cost too much, and who cares? But and Autobot, you say those become the shoulders. So should we paint them silver then? If they become the shoulders, you think we should go silver on them? I'm debating it. I'm gonna put some silver on his wheels for sure, though. I think that'll make them look a lot better. Put a little bit of silver on the wheels there. That looks too goopy. I do not like how goopy that looks. We're gonna do this. We're gonna put a little hit of silver on it. We're gonna let you guys look at it, and we're gonna see how you feel about it. Also, do you enjoy this? Do y'all like hearing me talk about doing some painting? Would you like to see more of this or none of this at all? So, what do you think? Does it work? How do you feel about the balance of the silver from here to here? Which this has got to push in, but like, should we keep going with this? Should we pull it off? Should we put something on the windows here too? Like, because the windows here, there's nothing happening there. I could do a black or something on them. I don't have black on me right now, but let me know what y'all think about it. We can continue. Lee says it looks good. You know, it's how does everyone else feel about this? And like I said, do you like this? Do you want to see more like kind of customization videos from a guy who literally knows nothing about what he's doing? So Extra Ray says it looks good, but the line on the wheels are kind of annoying either way with Blokey's. Yeah, the molding line. Yeah. I mean, I could get like real crazy with it and like break out the sandpaper and try to sand that down, but I'm not going on something like this. Not something that doesn't. This is just me trying to add like a little extra little extra pop to something just to make it like feel a little more fun, maybe. So I'm not going to worry about it so much. That being said, I might sand down that round. I don't know if you can see it on this mask or not. Let's see if we can. On the Jetfire, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a circle like right here on the mask that you literally can't see until like I couldn't see it until I painted it. So I am thinking about stripping that one back down and painting, because I haven't sealed anything yet, because this has just been a big experiment like all the way around just to see how things go. And you can see what I like about it, see what I don't like about it. So I've got to go get some clear coat at some point. Maybe I'll go get it tomorrow even. And maybe I'll try to find some extra like Model Masters paint. The main reason I went with these like cheap craft paints this time was one, they were cheap. And two, since I was trying to do this whole Nemesis Primal thing, that kind of metallic teal, they did not have that in the paints, in like the Model Master paints that I was looking at. So in an effort to kind of keep the same paint quality by being craft store paint, I didn't want to like mix different like good quality paints with lesser quality paints. And also this is being like a test model, I went with that. I have learned that red is junk. It's not good. I'm probably going to base coat the next thing I do. Maybe that'll make it a little bit better. I think I still need to paint his feet silver, maybe. Or would that be too much silver? What do y'all think? Should I leave him black? Because I almost feel like now I've put too much silver on him. Like I've given him too much. Maybe I shouldn't have painted his shin silver and just done the teal here and done silver here. That's the thing about sometimes doing these ad hoc models, is finding like the balance of like the paint layering and like where, like what paint should go where. Like, so this fist, I went purple, silver, and teal, but I think it's too much, to be honest. So I'm really think I'm going to go back to, let's see if this will show up on the camera. I think I'm just going to go like black, silver, purple, or black, silver, red, just to kind of, oh, that didn't show up very well, did it? Because it's a little less garish in a way. So Extra Rage, yes, I know how to transform every single transformer I have. Sometimes it might take me a minute for some of the stuff I haven't done in a while. And then some things like the base modes, sometimes I get confused on like Scorponok's base mode, as weird as that is. And like Diatlys's base mode, and Diatlys, Sonic Bomber, and Roadfire's base modes are real freaking weird. As well as the upgrade kit little base for a Dino King. But no one cares about those anyhow. But as far as like how to transform all my figures, yeah, I'm trying to think of some that may still give me problems because I haven't done them in a while. So like, no, come here. Like Magic Square Optimus Prime here is a beautiful figure, but his transformation is like weird and panely, and it's not really not weird, but it does actually a lot of stuff that the Studio Series one does. But it's so small, it's kind of fiddly. Sometimes I have to like remember how to do him. And see who else. Trying to think who gives me like a little bit of trouble. Really, it's like kind of the upgrade kits. Like putting those into their like modes are kind of weird sometimes. But as far as that goes, I mean, it's aside from that, like everyone else is pretty easy, except for like RID 20 or RID 2000 Ultra Magnus. I can't remember how the frig to do this guy. It's because his torso does a bunch of weird junk. I can put him in the Omega Prime mode, but and I can put Prime into both of his modes, but Ultra Magnus, the Ultra Magnus mode is kind of weird. And man, I am lucky on this figure because my tires have not disintegrated. That's a problem with this because he's got real rubber tires. And I think that's a problem with like a lot of people's stuff. Even like his vac chrome is still pretty good on mine too, to be stored away. I don't think his electronics works. I think I had batteries actually that actually deteriorated them, so that kind of sucks. But let's see. Corey said, "Hey again," and you say try setting up Instagram page, but it said the page isn't available. Which page isn't available? Corey, you're talking about mine, the Weekly TF. We're in there. We're in there somewhere. I assure you. You can look us up on Twitter too. Same thing, Weekly Transformer, the Weekly Transformer, maybe the Weekly TF. I'm not sure I have all that set up, to be honest. I need to get better about this kind of social media stuff. But yeah, so I've got this guy. I got the original Optimus from 2000, and I've got what's his face, Omega Prime down here from HasLab, just chilling in the box because I mean it's Will has him. He opened him. He brought him here. He's pretty much this. I mean, he's pretty much this guy right here, and the Optimus is over there as well. The only difference is the blue bolts. That's really the biggest difference in these guys. And also, I think I've said this before, this guy terrifies me because of all those breakage problems we've had. So it's like, do I even open this? Which is sad. Like this might just sit on the shelf. Kind of like those people who had the original Black Xerix in the box. You never know when you buy them if you open it, if it's gonna crumble in your hands or not. So all right, let's pop back down here. We're gonna put another coat of silver on the grill here, I think. Probably should wash. No, that brush has got to be washed. Also, it's getting a little out of hand. Little unwieldy. Get some little stray hairs on it there. That's not good for stuff. Let's see. All right, Extra Rage, you say your iPad is dying. You're going to come back. Cool. Yeah, go right ahead, Extra Rage. Come back. Ask us a question. Tell us what you're thinking about. Tell us what you're hoping to find on Black Friday. What you're stoked about, what you're not stoked about, man. Come back, join the chat, watch me just randomly talk about a bunch of junk while I put paint on a figure. So, like I said, if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, let me know. I'll gladly just video me talking and stream of conscious thinking as I paint a figure. So, I think I like it. I think I like the little bit of silver there on it. Ignore the parts that got out of line. I'm gonna scratch those off. Then I'm gonna put a little bit on these guys right here too, just around the rim. I think I'm gonna switch brush to do that. Where's that little brush? Here we go. Oh, Lord. I don't know why I paint with that. I had a red paint come out the barrel, so. I sound like Bob Ross. What made me sound like Bob Ross, Lee? It's I mean, this is a very meditative thing. Maybe people will like this. Maybe people will like this weird kind of like top-down perspective here, where you only see like the bridge of my nose and my handlebar mustache, and here you hear my Southern talking, and I just paint things. So. It is very satisfying, though. Oh, this brush has got a little bit of little hair on the edge of it, too. Oh, I like that a lot. Yeah. That's quite enjoyable, to be honest. Man. Yep, I like it. It adds a little bit. I don't know, maybe it's too silver. Maybe it should be like a little more subdued. Since this is a military truck, maybe it should be more like a gunmetal or something instead of a silver on these rims. But this is what I have on hand, and this is what I'm going to use, because I'm definitely not going to buy a new paint just to put a tiniest amount, like the tiny amount of paint that I've used on, like, I know it seems like there's a lot of paint on this guy, but the tiny amount of paint I'm using on him is like, it's literally a drop in the bucket of this little tube of paint that I have here. So like, it's not one of those things that I'm going to like go invest a lot of money on like good paint and good brushes and stuff just yet. That is bothering me though. I don't like that little. Yeah, probably don't do that. There was a little hair on the end of that. It was bothering me. So, see. Extra rage to the Defender 03 Loki's you got. Special armor type Grimlock. Did you get? Let's see here. Is this one the one you got? But this might be my favorite one. Like, I love it because he's got a little swoop on his back, and the swoop you can just pull him off, and basically he is a little Dinobot Defender size swoop. I love this thing so much. Very cool. But which one did you get? Yeah, the red eyes, and he came with this sword. Very cool, man. Like definitely one of my favorites. Like him and the Jetfire too. So like these guys are super cool. But the Grimlock, I think he might be my favorite tiny one. So yeah, Lee, painting does help tune out the outside world. And Autobot, you know, I don't think I'm gonna do any happy little trees on Onslaught because it's just way too small to paint. I don't want to paint with a toothpick. I'm not that motivated. I mean, I am talking to people across the world while I put paint on a tiny little piece of a wheel, but I'm not as much of a crazy person. I'm going to paint a tiny tree on the tiny thing I'm painting. So, let's see. Yeah, Extra Rage. I was super surprised to get that Grimlock because I guess I just didn't pay enough attention to that series and like what the specials were. And I didn't realize that was one of the options to get with that Grimlock. And so when I was like, whoa, this thing is like super cool. Because I've gotten a lot of the silver ones. Oh man, this is doing terrible. That's looking real bad. I'm going to I don't know what happened here. Reset. I don't know what happened there, but it does not look good. I'm going to have to do a little stripping of that guy there. So yeah, we got the Grimlock for the next series 2, series 4 rather. I said 2. I guess I should as well. And that Grimlock was the shiny version of it, and my son wanted it, so I was like, okay, fine. And he took it to school that day and immediately lost his arms. Just like if you saw the short I posted about the little fidget spinner guy from AliExpress. He wanted to take it to school one day. I was like, okay, take care of it. And he said he sat on the edge of his desk and someone got it. And I'm like, of course. Now I'm not too upset about that because that little fidget spinner guy cost nothing, really. But that being said, I thought about getting those as doing giveaways for people. If anyone is ever interested in those things, because it was pretty fun and weird and random. You can also just buy your own, but, you know. Let's see here. So what's everyone doing for their holiday? Whoops. Is everyone hanging out? I know we've got people from around the world here. Ahmed, are you still in the chat, man? You said hey a while ago for just a second, and then I haven't heard from you since then. Talk to us, brother. Yeah. I don't know what people do across the world. In the U.S. here, it is Thanksgiving week. My work is closed Wednesday and Thursday. My off day is Tuesday, and I still have PTO to use. So I took a couple PTO days. So I'm off from now until next Monday, which is the longest continuous strand of days off I've had ever. Wow. Yeah. Honestly, ever that I could think of. So, how's everyone doing? What's everyone going to end up doing? So, get this blue back up here. So, Mr. Rage says, for your birthday, the person your friend is going to get me the Devastation Optimus or like 20 Galaxy Blokies, and my grandma is going to get you the long haul and hook 2-pack for Thanksgiving. You're having a sleepover. Okay, so the let's see here, the Devastation Optimus. Yeah, the Devastation one. Have y'all seen that 3-pack of the Devastation Optimus? It's the whole design process from the gray model to like the final product. Crazy thing. Very cool, but crazy how much they want for that. I haven't experienced that Devastation mold. I'm honestly waiting for it to go on clearance. I've heard it's actually kind of fun, but it's not something I jumped on. So Extra Rage, I hope you enjoy it. If you go that route with it. And Extra Rage, are you trying to build up your? Are you trying to make the Devastator? So Lee, you're having barbecue. What kind of barbecue you having, man? Y'all doing chicken? Y'all doing Boston butts? Y'all doing ribs? Y'all doing brisket? Pork loin? Tenderloin? What you doing? We're going to do a little scratching off of excess paint. Here's what we're going to do. Yeah, that needs to dry a little more though. And then we'll do some clear coating eventually. I'll get some spray lacquer or something to throw on here. Some shellac. Ooh, wow. That side looks terrible. I got really off on this one. Like I said, that's the thing about acrylics though. Until you seal these things off, they will scratch off. Yeah, that works perfectly fine. I just need something sharper. So, Extra Rage, you want the Devastation? He's my favorite. Oh, Devastator's your favorite combiner. You like the proportions, but you don't like how the torso is a rectangle. I think that's so. I have thoughts about the new Devastator, as can kind of be heard in my individual reviews, and yeah. There are some Devastators out there that are definitely better. Now they do cost. Some of them cost a lot of money. And their transformations are very convoluted and not fun to do. That's what I will say about this one. The transformations are straightforward, basically like the original figures. But it's for me, it's not. It just doesn't hit right. There's a bigger one made by a company called Jinbao that's really cool. And our podcast friend Will has that, or my co-host basically, Will, he has that. And it's pretty sick, and it's big too. So, but like I've said in all my things, people like things, go for it. So let's see. Autobot, you say Devastation's OST is a masterpiece. Vince DiCola just captures the essence of 80. Dude, like I said this a couple weeks back. But have y'all ever thought about the fact that the 86 movie is a rock opera? The whole thing is just there's music through the entire show, through the entire movie. There's nothing that's there's not a musical score to. every piece has a musical score to it. It's pretty cool. So, Lee, you say you're going to have pulled pork and stew from Fresh Air Barbecue. Is that a place, or like y'all doing a Fresh Air Barbecue? And what kind of stew you having? So pulled pork, yeah, you're going to do some Boston butts then. You got a smoker? I've been smoking stuff here lately. My smoker's like smoking too hot though. Something's weird about it. Something's off about it. So, all right. I'll be right back. All righty. Wow, so it's a place, Fresh Air Barbecue. Let's take a look at that, Lee. Our extra rage say the combiner Wars Devastator is weird. You can tell it's loose. Yeah, the combiner Wars Devastator is crap, and this Devastator is an improvement on that, and that's what I'll say about it. So, but I mean, I'm probably a little too hard on this Devastator because there's some unmet expectations with it. And that's probably why I am more impressed by the Superion, because I didn't have any expectations for it at all. And not that Superion is like the best ever, but I like it. And I weirdly like that combined weird giant jet mode that Silverbolt does. It's pretty cool. It's got a presence to it. It's kind of like I don't know. I don't even know what it's kind of like. There's just something about it that's very enjoyable, at least for me. And you can almost use it like an aircraft carrier for the other aerial bots. You can set them all on there. It's kind of cool. Liam likes to do that when we play. Yeah, I'm going to get a toothpick or thinner thing after this guy. Yeah, those back cords look bad, but yeah. Let me just pop this guy back on. Bonk, and I'm happy enough with that grill. Let's just pop that in there. Oops. Oh man, I didn't mean to get that on there. Let's just scrape that off a little bit. Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to announce the combiner kit for this, so I can go ahead and order that, so I can have the Blokey's Bruticus. So there we go. How do we think about that? That look a little bit better. Hold on, let me get the good side there. Yeah, that's the good side there. Kind of messed up the wheels on the other one. What y'all think of that? Is that focusing? I can't tell because I can't look at it. So just a little bit of paint. So I think it helps out. So Joey say that actor Henry Cavill is a total nerd, and he admits that he makes his own computers and Warhammer. And yeah. So Henry Cavill's doing a Warhammer movie, man. I mean, he was. I guess he's still. I think he was like attached to Voltron at some point too, which that would be super sick. Which, if you want to see a cool Voltron thing, was it Timothy Oliphant? Like 10 years ago, did like a little 8-minute Voltron lying down movie that was like super sick. Yeah. All about your issue is you can't stand the frame system. Mm, I mean, so all about I get not liking the frame system in a way, but it's also like all of the best third party figures that look great all have the frame system. And I think we have this idea, like this kind of like puritanical idea of combiners all combining and not using a frame system. But that's because back in the day, that's the way they had to do it. Like Minosaur, for example, like, or even, I mean, Onslaught, if you want to think about it, like you just kind of plug things into it and it wasn't very effective. And so I don't think there's a way to do that. Well, there is a way to do it, but it doesn't give the best results in a way, not at like a regular price budget. So like Toy World's Devastator did not use a frame system, but that thing is like $800. It's insane. And the transformations are very panely and convoluted, and it looks good, but I think you sacrifice certain things. So I don't know, the frame system don't bother me as much as I thought it was going to, aside from like, I'm looking over here because Minosaur's over here. Aside from like being kind of bulky on the Minosaur, for me at least. I don't know. I at first I didn't think I was going to like it, but I don't mind it as much. My thing with the new Devastator is they kind of did a pseudo frame with it, right? Because you have the trailer for long haul, and I think it could have been used more effectively. I think they could have made that part better to make the rest better. Yeah, I'll cover that when we finally do a Devastator video. So, Lee, you're saying, oh, I appreciate that, man. I think it looks a little bit better too. It adds a little bit to it. I think I still need to paint his windows. The front windows are clear. That's cool, but the side windows are nothing, and that just looks real cheesy. And also, I got to clean this paint up a little bit, but I like it. Like, especially when you just kind of sit it, like from a distance. I think that's way more effective than not having anything on there. So I'm probably going to paint all the Blokey's wheels now. So, and although I say like doing a no frame, well requires a much larger scale. Yeah. Like Magic Squares, MP scale, Bruticus. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like you have to have big things to do like no frame. And that's just not within the budget of like a normal off-the-shelf product. So Extra Ray, did you ask to get upgrade kits? If you did, what figure? Yes, I do get upgrade kits. So actually I have, right here, I have Fort Max upgrade kits that I have still yet to put on Fort Max. Maybe I think I said that last week. Maybe that's what we do on stream next week. I have the upgrade kits for, I got the upgrade kit for Optimus here, which actually I'm going to be offhanding this one. I'm going to sell this whole thing, this kit and this figure, if anyone wants it. I've got another one coming in a different kind of configuration. So if anyone is interested in animated Optimus, Legacy animated Optimus with the DNA design kit, let me know. We'll talk about that. I've got the Minosaur version of this up there and the correctly colored Minosaur version ordered. I've got the DNA Dino King set, and I have the knockoff version of the Minosaur set. I highly recommend that. It's like $25, and it gives him better hands. And heck, I'll just pull it down here. Yeah, this is like a knockoff version of the DNA design kit. It gives him a better sword because that one he had was a freaking travesty. Pissed me off. They couldn't make it a little bit longer. Come on, guys. It gives him articulated hands, which is really nice. and gives him the correct, kind of rounded off, more like animation accurate feet, and it gives him little shin extensions here. And for a fourth party knockoff kit, it's actually pretty good quality. I mean, the plastic is definitely less dense than the DNA kits are, but at a third the cost, who cares? So so the reason I'm selling that Prime is because I have another version of it coming. Another company has made a version of that Prime with basically the same kit that I've got pre-ordered. So I don't need two of them. And actually, that would mean I don't need three, because I actually have the original Japanese version of there sitting in the box that I still have not opened. When I get another one, I'll probably open it, because I don't know, I like to have some stuff in boxes, and that's one of those. It's like it's rare, and it's clear plastic, and it's Japanese. And I'm like, I don't want to open this. I want to like have it as a statement piece, but I also want to play with it. So maybe one day I'll get that as well. So yeah, that's why. While we're here, might as well put a little, well, I don't know, maybe I'm going to hold off on putting more silver on these wheels. I don't like that line. Like, who mentioned that a while ago? Autobot, did you mention that? About the line being on the Blokey's wheels? Like, that bothers me. Like, if you can, I don't know if that's going to show up or not at all on camera, but I think I will get like a little bit of sandpaper and see if I can, maybe like sand down those mold lines on that, so it'll make it look a little bit better. Oops. Let's see. Do we still have? Is our friend from Turkey, is Amet? Is he still in the chat? Is Corey still around here? Our Australian friend. Just kind of trying to see who else is out there. And heard from y'all in a minute. So yeah, I do wish he had. Let's just point this camera down so we can get a little bit. I do wish like this back wheels rolled. I think it'd make them a little more fun. But in general, these wheels kind of don't roll the best anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like strip those down a little bit. That bothers me. I got out of the lines, but I was also painting while doing stuff on the camera. I've never done that before, so it's kind of exposing. So Autobot, great conversations, man. You always bring great insight to the the streams here. So thank you for stopping by as usual, and I hope to see you next Monday night. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. So Extra Rage says the treads on Bone Crusher are green. The G1 Devastator has purple treads for Bone Crusher. Yep. I am well, actually, I'm looking at the G2 one, which has yellow treads. So it's a whole different animal. Oh, Joey's still around. Cool. Man, both of those guys are in the other room. We were playing with them the other day. I got thoughts about those figures too. So, you know. All right. Well, let's see. What time are we at here? We're at, oh man, we're at 2.5 hours. Jeez. We've been going for 2.5 hours already. Time flies by, y'all. So I think we're going to be wrapping it up here pretty soon. Just what y'all think about this Optimus here? Should we keep going with what we have here, or should we go a different direction? Look, let me get them where we can see them here. Is that too much paint? Is that too much silver and like shiny metallic stuff on him? Should we try to change course a little bit. What do we think here? Y'all let me know. Throw some stuff in the comments of the video afterwards. Maybe I'll put something up on the community page. Y'all check the community page on the YouTube as well to see where we communicate things. If you're interested in Discord or let's see, you can come with that. Let's see what everyone's saying here. Joe, appreciate that. Still a work in progress. I'm going to try to get some more of this mold and work on it. And Lee, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking that the base colors are too light, and he needs the colors I put on him, but he needs to be completely dark, like completely like black. And then I need to bring other colors out on him. So I used to think I should have put maroon around the green spark ring. So Extra Rage, my thing was I was trying to like make this whole, because Nemesis Prime always has like a red chest. That's what I was going for. But if I could make this red, I think it would work. But I don't think it works with this being green. Like those are contrasting colors. And if I was making like a Christmas Prime, it would work, but it's not what we're going for here. But I appreciate that. Maybe I might actually it'll nullify the light up feature, but I may like completely red this out. So Joey, no, yeah, it doesn't transform. This is the Blokey's, Optimus Primal, their classics class, which is the one that's just like a little, let me find an easy one to get here. Well, actually, they're the same size. Well, Starscream's not a good gauge because he's got those big shoulder pauldrons. Come on, Starscream. We'll use Red Alert here. So regular Galaxy versus the Classics class. They're a little bit taller, more detailed, and they have more pieces. They actually come in like a box with a parts tree and everything with them, where the Classics or the Galaxy versions just come with they come in just in a bag, like the little Defenders we opened earlier tonight do. So yeah, this is the one that was the $5 one at Walmart. So it's him, Mirage, Scourge, and then the first Michael Bay movie, Megatron, and Optimus. So they should be popping up around at some point. So yeah. Yeah, the classic class are cool. The only thing I don't like their wrists, because like the Scourge is like this too. So they have the ball joint like this, but like the hands are like this. So like the regular Blokies, they have ball joint in the wrist, in the receiver, in the hand. And I think that works better for like posability in the arms and the hands. So that's the only thing I don't like about the Classics class versus the Galaxy ones. So let's see. Yep. Well, Extra Rage, when were you 4? Well, like what year were you 4, I guess? Because when I was 4, that was 1987. So I was like in the midst of like the G1 era of Transformers. So it's like, it'd be interesting to see like when you were 4 and like see which era of Transformers you would like, because, you know, it's like G1, or were you like 4 when Beast Wars was out, or were you 4 when the Michael Bay movie started? Be interesting to see. So Joey, yeah, the eyes do light up. The eyes and the chest light up. You're not going to see it though, because like, and I've tried to do this on camera before, but you just can't it's not a bright enough light to see with the lights I have going on here. And even if I turn them off, the camera corrects. It's hard to see without it being like completely dark. Also, like I've found when they just have the lights in the small chest, it's hard to see. The better ones to see are like the Optimus and the Grimlock, or even the Scourge, because like more of the chest lights up. You can actually, like, the Scourge is really cool because he's got like he's got a grill on his chest, so the whole chest glows orange. It's pretty cool. So all right, Lee, good night. Joey, good night, friend. Extra age, you were 4 in 2018. Dang, you were 4 in 2018. So that was. So you're 9? Extra age, are you 9? Is that what we got going on here? Is that right? So if you were 4 in 2018, then you were. So then that was War for Cybertron. Yeah. That was Siege, right? That's when that's when you were growing up. But that's interesting to no, so you're 10 turning 11 still. So that is Siege then. So you were growing up during the Siege era, and maybe the end of Rescue Bots, maybe Rescue Bots Academy or something like that. That's pretty interesting, man. Like to see, like that's kind of like a younger like fan base. And so like, what is like your favorite thing? So back in the days, Joey, so you were 1384 when the G1 came out, and all the G1 toy. Wow, Joey, you got me beat, brother. You got me beat by a decade. I didn't realize that, man. For some reason, I thought you were younger than me. I don't know why. I have nothing to go on than that. But that's cool. That's cool to hear. So Joey, that being said, since now I know that you're an older fan, like, are you going to try to go to TFCon Orlando next year with us? Like, so if you were 13 in 84, so you were born in 71, right? So if you're born in 71, like I think you're older than Trigger Happy even. So yeah, man, you should come to TFCon with us. We'd have a good time, dude. So I wish I was younger too, man. I think we're all always going to wish we were younger. So Joey, look, man, start saving dollars now. I'm literally, that's what I'm trying to do. I've had debts to pay off from other Transformers things, and then I keep buying random junk. This is different. I bought these before I was trying to save, and they came from China. It took them a month to get here. But start saving, Joey. Just like start saving, man. Tickets aren't that bad expensive. You don't have to go. You don't even have to go for the whole thing. You can go for one day. You're, I think, in Texas, and we have Kyle who's in Texas. Maybe y'all can meet up in carpool. Depending on where in Texas you are, I have like I have offered up like people being able to crash at my house as a midway point, and we'll drive down to Orlando, because Orlando is about 8 hours from where I'm here. And if you're like on the edge of Texas, like if you are, say, like Dallas area, well, Dallas is, no, probably not. Dallas may be a little far, but still, we can make something work out. Maybe if you're interested in go to TFCon, it would be a good time, man. So yeah, you know, Joey, I don't know that I want to go to SDCC now. Back in the day, like when I was in college, like, you know, maybe like 05, 06, 07, 08, maybe I wanted to go to SDCC. Dude, now it just seems like there's so many people there. And since you're a little bit older, maybe you get this, but like the older that me and my wife get, the more we're like, we don't want to be around crowds of people. And going to a TFCon is one thing because everyone's a Transformers fan. Going to SDCC, that is the definition of a show. Like there's so many people and so many fandoms. That's like too much going on. It's too much sensory overload. So, Oh, Corey, you're still here. So, yeah, you were 2 when you first found Transformers in '04. Okay, so '04 to now, what is this year? This is almost 14 years ago. So you're about 17? Wait, 16? Yeah, 16, 16, 17. Whew. So if you were 2, then you came up in the era of, that would have been right after Robots in Disguise, coming into Unicron trilogy, right? And then it would have been a Unicron trilogy into animated, Prime, and the live action movies, right? Yeah, Joe, you'd have to fly out to to LA, or San Diego rather. So that's a long trip, man. But again, like, I don't know where you are around the country, but like, trigger happy, we're gonna try to meet up. Like I said, I'm gonna try to use my space here as a meeting point, maybe. And yeah, we're gonna try to get to TFCon next year. Start thinking about it now. Like, I'm starting to save now. So Extra Rage, yeah. That's it. Transformers, Robots in Disguise. I always watch that with my big bro. Yeah. So yeah. Oh man. So if you watched it with your big brother, did you have any like fun old toys? So I'm always interested to see what people had back in the day. I was out of high school in college then, so I had the odd RID figure, and then I completely, well, no, I didn't skip all the Unicrons. I did have Minicons. Maybe I was in high school then, and then RID came out, and then I didn't really get into Super Link, and all that stuff, and Galaxy Force. But yeah. All right, y'all. We've been on for 2 hours and 42 minutes tonight. And we're going to start wrapping it up. I will check out these last 2 comments from Corey and Extra Rage here. So Corey and Joey, because you pop one here too. So Corey says there is an 18-year gap between 84 and when you were born in 02. Yeah. 2 decades, man. A lot can happen then. Beast Wars happened in between then. G2 happened, but that didn't matter. But Extra, you said you had your my Grimlock and my brother had the police girl character when I was. I only broke my brother's the police girl character. Oh, that would have been crap. She's from RID 2015. Strong Arm. Yeah, and which Grimlock was that? RID Strong Grimlock. Joe, you say you may have mentioned this before. In June, they had a Joe Toys show here in Dallas area. I remember you mentioned something about a Joe Toys show, but I don't remember you saying about meeting Bobby Valla. Yeah, the Valaverse stuff is cool, man. It's crazy because now, like, the stuff that Valla was doing, the Valaverse, like, now Hasbro's kind of starting to do, but those guys had their roots in Hasbro, you know? So it's kind of like they came from Hasbro and Hasbro, oh, this is profitable now. Maybe we'll start making these little vehicles and stuff, because like Bobby and them started making those, from my understanding, started making those vehicles and stuff. One thing I'd be interested in is like I know they've recently re-released the mask stuff, but some company made the mask, Manta Ray, the unreleased Porsche that never made, like that. I think that was cool. So Corey said there's a 20-year age gap from when you first started watching Transformers. Yeah, so 05 would have been right before animated. So that would have been Galaxy Force era, right? And Josie, yeah, everything's pricey, man, especially when you get to be one of those, those actually, those like fringe companies, because I mean, they don't have the big corporate machine behind them. So anyhow, all right, we're going to dip out tonight. Thank you guys so much for being so engaging. It really is what makes the streams fun, is having everyone jump in the chat. And I'm just like a mouthpiece for everyone talking. I guess I just kind of like throw my extra stuff out there. So come back next Monday. We'll pop open another Blokey. Maybe we'll pop open a new Transformer figure. We'll see what we find over Black Friday. See if we can find some more of these guys. Again, just to plug it out there, we've got the Patreon, various tiers. One of them will be, you'll get a custom figure, that kind of good stuff. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. Any support is greatly appreciated. That allows me to get stuff to send to people, I guess. So anyhow, again, thank you all for watching. As always, Joey, blessed and happy Thanksgiving to you as well, my friend. And think about TFCon, man. We'll see if we can get that going. As always, y'all have a great night. You'll have a great week ahead. And God bless y'all.